Hey guys, it's Margaret, and it's Tuesday, February 6th, the 37th day of the Mainichi project. So today's video is just going to be a really short introduction to Setsubun. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, maybe go back and check out my February 3rd video. So, what is Bean Throwing Day? Setsubun is always practiced on February 3rd here in Japan. In ye old days, Setsubun marked the beginning of spring and the beginning of the new year. Many people here in Japan visit shrines on Setsubun, but a lot of the cultural practices are associated with the home. I want to tell you specifically about 3 practices which are practiced in the Kansai area. That includes cleaning the house, Heyho Maki, and eating Heyho Maki. Cleaning. Just like in many cultures, the beginning of spring is associated with a spring clean. It's supposed to help you get rid of the bad vibes that have accumulated in your house. Maki. The tradition of Maki is probably the one most closely associated with Setsubun. So much so that some might call Setsubun Bean Day. You have 2 options when it comes to Maki. 1, you can throw it at the most prominent male in your household, who's usually wearing an oni mask. More on that in a minute. Or 2, you can open all the windows and doors in your house and throw them outside, which is what we did. To be honest, in past years when we had real beans, Shin would get really nervous about throwing things outside. So after we threw them, we would scramble to pick them all back up, which is also a very Japanese thing to do. When you throw the beans, there's 2 phrases you have to say. 1, Oni wa soto. That means demons, get out. The oni in Japan is a lot like an ogre or a demon, but in this case it specifically refers to the bad luck that's in your house. Paper oni masks, like I mentioned before, are often sold in sets with Setsubun beans. If you have someone playing oni in your house, they'll put on the mask, and members of the family will throw the beans not outside, but at you. Oni wa soto. The second phrase is fuku wa uchi, and this phrase is basically just a call for good luck to enter into your household and life. The mame used in Maki is usually a dried soybean, but, and I looked it up, sometimes people will use peanuts. Shin, you were right. After you finish the whole oni busting business, everyone's supposed to eat their age in lucky beans, plus 1 to grow on. So that's a lot of fun. A mouthful of 30 dry soybeans. Heyho Maki. Heyho Maki is a Setsubun-specific sushi roll, which usually includes ingredients which are considered lucky for the year. This year was a fried pork cutlet. So the rule with Heyho Maki is that everybody gets their own. You have to eat it in silence while facing the lucky direction for the year. You're supposed to think about things you want to work on in the following year. Kind of like New Year's resolutions, but it's kind of hard to think about it for the entire time it takes you to get through the entire thing, which is basically just a lot of rice covered in really dry seaweed. The tradition of Heyho Maki started in the Kansai region, but its popularity has spread throughout Japan. So those are the 3 traditions that Shin and I practice in our house. I do have one more to tell you guys about though. When I first came to Japan and I was living in Kumamoto, that's down in the south, I was getting ready to go out with a friend who lived a couple floors above me in the same apartment building. I went to knock on her door, but as I looked down the hallway, I noticed somebody had duct taped a fish to their door. So technically, this is not the most traditional way of displaying it, but this is also part of the Setsubun tradition. In certain regions of Japan, apparently, it's not uncommon to display these bouquets of dried holly leaves and dried sardine heads. Holly leaves are believed to keep oni, or bad luck, out of the house. I'm not even kidding you guys, this was like a whole fish. It was really juicy. I remember the juice like flowing down the door. So my question for you guys today is, do you have any interesting holiday practices? Common or uncommon? Just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you soon, you guys. Bye!